Hi, everyone. In my previous video, I read from Luke 18, verses 9 to 14, about the Pharisee and the tax collector. And I told you that I saw in myself the Pharisee. But now I began to see that the problem of pride is an ongoing battle, I think, for all of us. As a witness, I had thought of the religious leaders of Jesus' days, the Pharisees, as having this problem. I also thought that modern-day clergy had this problem, based on what I was hearing from the Watchtower all the time. I was regularly hearing how much they were like the Pharisees. But we never saw ourselves as prideful. We should have seen it in ourselves. Jesus' own picked disciples, the ones that he chose, had this problem. In the Gospels, we read of them disputing with each other over and over again about who is the greatest among them. What cured them? The Pharisees thought they were special, but did the disciples? I would say they also did. There's two parallel accounts in Luke 9, verses 46 to 50, and also Mark 9, verses 33 to 41, that indicate that they also had a pride problem. So I'm going to read to you the Mark 9, verse 33 to 41. Then he came to Capernaum, and when he was in the house, he asked them, "What was it that you were disputing among yourselves on the road?" But they kept silent, for on the road they had disputed among themselves who would be the greatest. And he sat down and called the 12 and said to them, "If anyone desires to be first, he shall be last of all, and the servant of all." Then he took a little child and set him in the midst of them. And when he had taken him in his arms, he said to them, "Whoever receives one of these little children in my name receives me. And whoever receives me receives not me, but him who sent me." Now John answered him, saying, "Teacher, we saw someone who does not follow us, casting out demons in your name. We forbade him, because he does not follow us." But Jesus said, "Do not forbid him, for no one who works a miracle in my name can soon afterwards speak evil of me. For he who is not against us is on our side. For whoever gives you a cup of water to drink in my name, because you belong to Christ, assuredly I say to you, he will by no means lose his reward." So again, in reading this account, as a witness, I used to think how petty that they would be fighting about who's the greatest. But now I could see myself in the light of the disciples here. I was like them. I thought I was special. I was the true follower of Christ. I was in the religion that followed Christ properly. Others were not with us, like the account tells you that John says afterwards. We tried to stop this guy because he's not one of us. And yet he's told by Jesus that this man, even though he wasn't following with them, was going to be rewarded. I never thought of other people being rewarded outside of the org. What was the cure for the disciples? To stop thinking about their own merits. In another video, we'll talk about that. I'm going to link to a video that I did based on readings from C.S. Lewis's book, The Four Loves. It was entitled, "Assumed Superiority Becomes Arrogance. When we were JWs, we felt group pride, being in the truth." And I do a reading from John 15, verses 1 to 17 in that video.